Homies, there's definitely a nip in the air. That means it's woolly pointy hat season. Yep, this old pointy hat we've had here, going on about 5 years. She's looking a little ragged, so it's time to make a new one. So that's what we're gonna do. What do you think there, Sweet Pete? Huh? What do you think there, babies? I know, you ain't got no thumbs, or you'd be making pointy hats too. Since you don't, that means it's all up to me. So, let's get a fire going, head inside. Let's make a pointy hat. What do you think, Sweet Pete? Huh? She don't care. But we do. So let's make something pointy. Let's do it.
Foraging through the forest deep, major secrets I quietly keep. Fishing for my dinner in icy streams.
Alright, Gnomies, here we are. We got our old mangy hat. This thing lasted about 4 years. I could probably trim all this stuff up, and I might keep it for a spare, keep it for working. But anyway, we are going to keep it right now for our pattern. So, that's the first thing we're going to need. What else we going to need? Well, we're going to need a way to make it. And that's where this comes in. And we're going to need some yarn. We found this stuff here. Hopefully this is right side up for you. If not, I'll flip her around. Lion brand. It's all acrylic. It was cheap at the thrift store. It's a little dirty, but the middle is not. So we'll use that. And we got 2 of them, just in case. Normally it takes 1 of these to make a hat. Depending on how long you want it, you know, I sort of just figure it out and then make sure I got enough and stop it where I stop. So some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. We'll see what happens with this one since we got 2 skeins. And this stuff here is a number 6 bulky. Let's see, what else you want to know? 5 ounces net weight, 81 yards, in case you want to know. And 100% acrylic. I normally like natural fiber blends, but hey, this was cheap at the thrift store. Cincinnati Red has nothing to do with baseball. Alright, what else we gonna need? A couple of these. Well, 1 of these. These are hooky doos. We'll show you how this works here in a minute. Some of you probably already know. Some of you knitters out there are probably saying, this isn't gonna be real knitting. Well, whatever. It makes a knitting stitch. It works. So I think we're going to probably use this one. It's more of a 90-degree angle rather than this one, but we may switch back and forth. You never know. Ching! Alright, other than that, Gnomie, we're just about ready to go here. Yeah, we're going to keep that one. Get rid of that one. Here's our yarn here. I normally like to just pull the middle out, which I find is usually on this side of the label. And it usually comes out in a wad at first. That's okay. We'll deal with it. We just need to find the end. Oh, there it is. See? Big old wad. Let's fix that. Alright, there we go. We got it all worked out. It took a while, but just as long as you don't pull on it too tight, it won't make big knots. So, yeah, just take your time. Look at it, think about it. It's sort of like a puzzle. Figure it out. You can do it. So there we go. We got that. We got our hoop. We got this. Let's take a look at our hat again real quick. Alright, this right here we're going to use as a pattern. As you can see, this hat looked like that 4 years ago, but yeah, that's okay. She's been well loved. So basically what we got here, if you can see it, is this part right here is just a loop all the way around 25 times. And then after that, there is, we did a good job, it's hard to see, but there is a seam right along here, and we'll tell you why. Well, basically it's because we start tapering and tapering and tapering and tapering, and then we sew up the seam all the way down to the tip, and we got ourselves a pointy hat. Now, I am gonna go by this as a pattern, but I think I'm gonna change it up a little bit now that I've worn this one for a while. And I think the main thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this not taper so quickly. And I also think I'm gonna have maybe a wider point instead of this little skitty guy, since we got plenty of yarn. We'll see. Oh, hold on, now I gotta find my hook. Alright, there it is. Back to work. Okay, where were we? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da! Hopefully we're still in screen here pretty good. What I gotta do is I gotta find my end. Make sure it's not in a knot like that. Alright. And basically what you got here, Gnomies, is you got a bunch of pegs, and these I consider the knitting needles for doing this knitting stitch. But instead of just having needles that you wrap something around, and you know how you do it. Purl 1, knit 2, whatever it is. We're just going to wrap this around here. And this little peg right here, right there, tells us where we're going to start. Now basically what I do is I'll just wrap this around here a couple times just to hold that. The reason I'm holding that there is because we don't want this to pull through. And once we get all the way around here, we'll show you what's next. Actually, we're going to get around here twice. Alright, now that we got it all the way around here once, you don't want to go too tight with this. You'll figure it out as you go. It's just sort of snug all the way around there. But we're going to have to go around there a second time. So what I am going to do is pull these down here. And just so this gets held good, get that first one a little tight. I'm going to wrap that one around there, wrap that one around there, and hold it for a second. And then here's where our hoop, oh, you see that little plastic thing on there? I made that mistake before. Make sure you take that off. Anyways, I'm going to take that, take those first two, just to hold it in place, so we ain't got to worry about it. And then we go all the way around here, pushing this all the way down. Now it ain't got to be perfect all the way down. It's just got to be down enough so we can go around here again. Now, don't go around this one because we already did. Just start going around this one. Alright, we made it back around to our starting point right there. How do we know? Because our peg's right there. Now this came loose, but that's okay because it's already tied in there. Now basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this one in. Just like that. So that way that goes nowhere. And then we're just going to go all the way around here, hooking and looping all the way. Here we go. Here we go. We made it all the way around. All we gotta do is push this down. Just like this. All the way around. And that right there Gnomies is the first 2 rows, and you can sort of see it here. The first 2 rows of our pointy hat. Now all we got to do is do it. Well, we better check the other hat. Alright, let's see here. You can sort of tell where it tapers because with this stitch right here, since you're going in a loop all the way around, they're all the way even. When we get up to here, we're going to be going back and forth because we need to drop a stitch. So it changes a little bit. So we need to start counting these. And if you look in between each one of these, you can see there's a stitch. And I'm thinking that's our first one. So let's count real quick. How many did you get? I got 25. So let's do that because I think that part's pretty good. All right, here we go. We're gonna crank up some beats, get this thing going, and yeah, we'll get back to you. It's gonna be a while because I gotta take a bunch of breaks because my hands don't like doing this much of it anymore. Sucks getting old.
Out on the homestead I plant my dreams with a fishing rod and rusty jeans. Salmon in the stream, my mushrooms to eat. Living off grid is my humble-bee. Long dark winters, northern lights blaze. Summers stay awake with the midnight days. Preserving food for the endless night. In Alaska's arms I'm holding tight. In the wild, my firelights glow. Life is hard, but my spirit grows.
We've been around here a few times. Let's count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Only 20 more to go. We're going to give our hands a break for a little bit, maybe make some dinner, and we'll get back to this, and we'll show you how we progressed later on. Voila! Here we are. We got our... Well, let me get some of these cords out of the way. Hold on a second. There we go. The set can't look like a mess. All right, where were we? All right, 25 rows. How do I know? Because I counted them. I'm not going to do it again. Here's where the magic happens, Gnomie. Where we transition from going roundy round in a full circle. We're going to start dropping stitches. Let's take a look at the other hat. See what we had going on. Okay, here we go on this hat. Hopefully you can see everything okay. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. And let's see. Let's turn this inside out real quick. Maybe we can see a little bit better. But basically what I did after my 25 rows, ew, that's gross. I need to wash this thing, is I started dropping a stitch. And when you do, it leaves a gap. Because this opens up, because as you go up, you drop a little bit more, drop a little bit more, drop a little bit more. And then we're going to sew it back up to make it what we know today as the Gnomesteader pointy hat. But on this one, since I only used one skein, which as you can see, that bottom part used quite a bit, I started dropping pretty rapidly. See if we can see it here, laying it flat. So I started dropping pretty drastically down to a point. That way I made sure I had enough to get all the way to the end. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to taper this a little bit less, and then we're going to leave this a little bit wider. So let's get rid of this again. And we're going to show you how to drop a stitch. Let me see if... Yeah, I think I can do it pretty good on this. Alright, no, we got our starting point. We know it's our starting point from that little peggy do right there. Where'd our little hooky do go? Got a little hooky do here. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to want to, like I said, start dropping a stitch. So we're going to take this one with the tail on it. And what we did on the other one well, let me do this first. By dropping a stitch, really all we're going to do is move this one over here. Use this tail to kind of keep it tight. And then we're going to go boom, like that. Okay. See, now we're missing a peg. On the other hat, I did it on both sides at the same time. So actually I dropped 2 stitches and then I stitched a couple, dropped 2 more, stitched a couple. That's why it had such a drastic taper. This one, we're just going to drop 1, go around twice, drop another one, go around twice, and see where we go from there.
Foraging through the forest deep, nature's secrets I quietly keep.
Alright, Gnomies, we're coming around to the end here. We want to make sure that we don't wrap this one, because there's going to be nothing to flip it over with. So we're going to stop there. There we go. We've dropped 1 stitch. Now we're going to go, let's see, 1, 2, and drop another one. That's what we're going to do. But first, drop the beat. As you can see, we made it all the way around. We're going to push these down out of our way. That was our first time around. We're going to go around one more time, stop back here, drop another stitch.
Cold wind whispers through the tall pines. This Alaskan life where my heart shines. In the wild on by firelight's glow. Life is hard but my spirit grows. No riches here but the land is gold. No instead life a story told.
Alright, Gnomies, there we go. We went around twice. We want to drop a stitch. Go around 2 more times again, but this time we're going to drop it over here on this side. Just like that. And do it all over again.
Cold wind whispers through the tall pine. This Alaskan life where my heart shines.
I think you get the idea what we're doing. See how this gap is opening up here? It's under a little bit of tension right now. That's because they're so close together, but the longer this gets, that'll ease up a little bit. So we're going to putz around with this for a little bit. Maybe put it down for tonight here in a little while. Pick it up again tomorrow because our hands, they're already feeling it. So we'll get back to you. Okay, Gnomies, we're getting to the outside part where it was a little bit dirty. I mean, it's not real bad, but yeah, there's a little bit of dirt right there. So just in case, we don't want to knit that into our hat. So we're going to nip this in the bud right now. Now we can still use this. We could even keep going with it and then wash the hat and clean it up. But we got a whole nother skein. Let's leave us a decent tail here. Get rid of this and pull out our new one. Now this one isn't dirty, but there's some scrufflies, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're probably gonna not use near as much of this one because we're starting to taper down, and every time we drop a stitch, it's one less time we got to go around and around, so it goes quicker and quicker and quicker. All right, let's see if our trick works on this one. Yep, there's our wad. So just as long as you're careful. You see how I'm pulling it out? I learned this from many years of actually flying kites. You can get a big old wad of string laying at your feet, but just as long as you pull from the right end, it'll never get knotted up. there we go. There's our end. Alright, what are we going to do? Well, basically, mostly, hopefully you can see this, we got this one here. I'm just going to tie this to this, and we're going to go right over left, around and through, left over right, around and through. Tie yourselves a knot. Use them tails in there for now. Let's see. Yeah, and we're just gonna keep going here. We'll deal with these tails here in a little while. But we do want to leave them on the inside. Make sure you do that. Alright, and to lock that in so I don't have to keep wrestling with it. There we go. Now it's out of our way. Okay. Back to business. Okay, Gnomie nomenclatures. We got our rows done. We actually did 26. How do we know we did 26? Well, since we dropped one stitch every 2 rows, that means every one of these pegs that's empty will be 2 stitches. So we counted them, 26. We said we were going to do 25 like we did the bottom, but this was easier to remember and it's an even number. So we're going to see here, we're liking that taper pretty good. It's hard to tell right now because it's still on the loom. But I think we're going to keep going with that. And we got plenty of yarn here because I want a little bit bigger of a flop. So I'm not sure if we're gonna straighten out and then maybe go to a point. We'll think about it. We'll let you know. Anyway, we're gonna crank up the cricket on our end. Anyway, go check out our friend Cricket.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave a link in the description.
Amanda knows how to fix things.
So anyway, we're gonna listen to Cricket. We're gonna crank up the beats for you, and we'll get back to ya.
I'm glad that you check on that every day.
Crank it up. Okay, Gnomies, you got this tapered down pretty good. You can sort of see it a lot better now that it's longer. I can bring it together. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So now we're down to 14 pegs. Why 14? Well, I'm basically eyeballing this, and about half of this, and you fold it over. So about that much of it's going to be the width of the point. I think that's pretty good. That's a little bit wider than the old one, and it'll work out good. So let's give a little more length to this thing, huh? I'm not sure how long yet. Depends on how this holds out. It should hold out pretty good. We ain't got much to go. We're only going back and forth a little bit. Anyway, we'll I guess, yeah, we'll let you know how many rows. How's that? Okay, Gnomie nomenclatures. We did a bunch. Check this out. It's freaking long. We got more girth, we got more length. Hey, get your mind out of the gutter. Even though we all wish we could do it this easy. So we're running out of yarn. And we're also getting to a spot where we're getting to the manky bits. So what I'm going to do, Gnomies, is I'm going to taper this down. And we're going to taper it down pretty quickly. So we're going to drop, double stitch, do a row, drop, double stitch, do a row. You'll see how it's done. Basically the same as the other one. We're just dropping twice as many stitches. And we'll start over here on this side. Drop a stitch. Pull that over. That one's done. Come over here. Do the same thing. Put that one over there. Put that one over there. Now, we'll do a row. Push it down. Drop stitch. Oh, get that on there, don't lose it. Pull it snug. Drop stitch. Drop a stitch without losing a stitch. Bam. And we'll just keep going till we run out of stitches. Okay, here we go. Last few stitches. Drop. Drop. Boom, boom. One like that. Boom, boom. And oh, come on, get on there. Don't lose it now. Oh. Don't lose it now. Boom, boom. Let's see, where's my scissors? We're going to cut this off. We're going to leave a pretty long tag because that's what we're going to start sewing with. And let's do this. Just like that. You should be able to pull this off by going just like that, pulling it tight. There we go. Ha! Man, that's gonna be a big one. All right, Gnomies, next thing's the next. We're done with this. Might need those. Probably gonna need some of this because we're gonna need to stitch this together. So let me get this inside out because that's the way you want to do it. And let's see, all we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this together and we're gonna stitch this. Bring it together, stitch it. Bring it together, stitch it all the way down. So let me find my big needle, sewing needle for yarn. It's got a big eye in it, it's a big plastic needle. I got one around here somewhere. So stand by. Alright, Gnomies, hopefully you can see this. On either side of this where we were dropping those stitches, there's a bit of a bulky rib. And that's basically what we want to bring together. Keep on the inside. And I could not find my needle, but I did find a crochet hook. Basically you want to work your way through here, find a good spot, make sure you're not going through any pieces of yarn. You want to go through stitches and get that over there, wrap that around, pull it on through, do it again, come through here, find yourself a nice spot, wrap it around, pull it through. Then we're going to do all that way, all the way down there. Not that much, we're going to have to tie some on. Anyway, we'll get back to you. This is boring. Alrighty, Gnomies, there it is. It ain't very pretty, but it's all sewed up. Don't need to be pretty. It's going on the inside because we got to turn this thing inside out, or right side out, because it's inside out now. And here's the fun part. Hitting this point all the way through. A little bit of time. Little bit at a time.
Winter's so long, but it feels just right. All day
Little bit more at a time.
summer's grace. Off-grid life
Little bit more.
far off place.
Little bit more. And more.
Snowflakes fall on my cabin shy.
And more.
Freckles underneath the sky.
Holy crap, whose idea was it to make this hat this long?
Hidden gold. Nature
Don't
talks
answer
in
that.
stories old. Beneath the stars
Almost there.
outside the snare.
Oh yeah, almost there.
Woods where I lay my chair.
Ta-da!
Sky blazing colors bright.
There we go. Look
Guided
at that.
through the endless night. Under the northern lights.
It's so big it hardly fits in the camera.
Winter's so long, but it feels
A little dirt off there. Alright, let's hold the
sun in
yeah,
the summer.
let's hold the old one up to it.
Off-grid life in this far off place.
See how much different it is. Let's see. Hold the old one up here. This one's a little bit up. Lights went out. We'll be back.
Under the northern lights.
Alright, we're back. We had to change batteries out.
Feels just right.
Running a couple lights here. Drains them pretty fast. But anyway, where were we? Alright. This is a little stretched out for my fat head and 4 years, 5 years of use, something like that. But it's looking good. We got like we wanted to. It's not tapered quite as much. It stays a little bit fatter, a little bit longer. And we definitely got a few more inches in length. So there you go. And there you are. Let's try this thing on, get outside and get some sexy pictures. What do you think?
Out on the gnomes that I plant my dreams with a fishing rod and rusty.
There you go.
Salmon in the
Brand new
stream, my
Pointy hat.
mushrooms to eat.
What do you think, baby?
Living off grid is my
What do you think?
humble bee. Long dark winters, northern
She
lights
don't
flare. Summers stay awake with midnight days, preserving food for the endless night. In Alaska's arms I'm holding tight. In the wild by firelight's glow. Life is hard but my spirit grows. No riches here but the land is gold. Homestead life, a story told.
Until next time.
Foraging through the forest deep, nature's secrets I quietly keep.